Hi, pretty ladies.
Hello,
hey everyone.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Sunshine and Warm Tuesday.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Gorgeous here.
Yeah.
Pretty ladies.
So excited.
Oh, somebody's watching us.
Right. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Isn't it amazing though how that 40-degree weather feels like
Gosh. Roll
heaven?
the windows down and
Yes. Open up the windows, like get out the good stuff.
no
Start pulling the spring decorations out of the closet.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
But we all know that this is like full spring, right? Like, yeah.
Well, let's hope not. We'll have it for about a week. But spring is coming. It's coming.
Yep.
It's right around the corner. Like
It is right around the corner.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
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 That day, it's literally less than a month. Yes.
Yep.
We've got some fun things planned for March too for our Tuesday night. So
Yeah.
stay tuned, ladies.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about March for sure. So
yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, let's get started for tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
Ready? All right. Well, welcome everybody. We are so excited that you're here joining us tonight. And in Mary Kay, we believe women do not need makeup or great skincare to be beautiful. We believe women are beautiful and valuable with or without it. We use our products to enhance a woman's beauty and confidence that she already has and to help her shine more beautifully. We believe in community and connectedness and that women are better together. There is such a rise in loneliness, anxiety, and depression. Can I get an amen from the crowd out there? So we want to create a space where women can come together to celebrate one another and their unique beauty. So welcome to Peek into Pink. Tonight, you're going to hear stories from 5 different women about their lives before Mary Kay, the reason they almost did not join Mary Kay, and what they found for themselves since joining Mary Kay. So warm up your fingers, drop in the chat box what your current career is, and that includes domestic engineers too, because they're important. I'm asking you tonight to sit in a space of possibility, and let me share what that means too. I know that you could not be in the least bit interested in this business opportunity, all the way over to slightly curious and everything else in between. So sitting in a space of possibility means that you will play full out on asking questions in the chat box tonight, as if you were ready to decide to start a Mary Kay business. And if our friend Sally Waters is, or Waters, I just made up a new name. If our friend Sally Ralph is out there tonight, I forgot to touch her. She'll be answering any questions. If not, we can see the chat box here inside for most of the questions anyway. So also throughout our time tonight too, let us know in the chat box which speaker that connects with you as she shares her story. So let's watch this video.
Oh, maybe I should play it.
One woman changed things for the better. Mary Kay Ash's emotional playbook was full of power moves. She knew how to turn rejection into an opportunity, lack of options into a world of possibilities, and setbacks into plans for getting ahead. Never one to shy away from obstacles, Mary Kay Ash faced rejection head-on. When she was turned down for a business loan, she took her life savings and invested in her dream company. When she suddenly lost her husband, she gathered her inner strength and moved forward with building her business. She lifted women up and put them in charge of their own future. She championed the idea that thinking like a woman was a business asset. And she empowered women to take their seats at the business table. Mary Kay Ash always said, courage has genius, magic, and power in it. And she proved it as one woman who could and did follow her dreams.
All right. The year is 1992, and I'm a single mom with 2 little girls that are 5 and 8 years old. I'm working as a purchasing agent at an ambulance manufacturer. I liked my job. I had a little flexibility, and yet I was wanting more out of my job and life too. Can anyone out there relate? I'd been using Mary Kay products for over 10 years at that time, and I loved what it had done for my skin. I called my beauty consultant to come over that day to show me how to use some products and that I had actually acquired 8 months earlier. I must have really needed to connect with someone that day. And an article had been in our small town newspaper about how she'd earned a ring and walked across the stage before thousands of women in Dallas. I'm a curious person and started asking her questions about her ring and the trip. The next thing you know, she asked me to listen to a videotape. Yes, a videotape about some company information. I still remember today that it was dinner time, and yet I could not wait to see what that video had to say. I found myself being skeptical about the information shared, and yet I agreed to attend a guest event with her. So 2 things also almost kept me from joining Mary Kay. One, I was very skeptical that you could truly make money, and they surely were making some of it up. And the second thing is, I thought there was way too many beauty consultants in my small town with no room for another person. Well, I obviously made that decision to join, and it was the most courageous thing I did up to that date. You see, I soon discovered that when you followed that, what the mentors had taught you, something that was shared in the video about personal growth by learning from others who had gone before you, that you really could make some extra money. And I shudder today to think of all the experiences that I would have missed out on had I not had the courage to say yes. I said yes to financial opportunities, yes to travel, yes to friendships, yes to leadership, to driving free for 25 years, yes to prizes, yes to being my own boss, and yes to all the growth in my confidence and self-esteem along the way. So I must ask you, are you connecting with me? Do you want to come along?
What she really understood from all of her experience as a single mom trying to make it through this world on her own was that the opportunity that women needed, it needed to be flexible. It needed to have unlimited upside potential, no ceilings or caps on their success. She really, truly believed with all her heart that every single person had greatness inside of them if you just gave them the opportunity to unleash it. One of the things that was very important to Mary Kay and really helped shape our culture, as you know, is this idea of pretending everyone has a sign around their neck that says "Make me feel important," and nobody was better at that than Mary Kay. I mean, just imagine if she were here today, what a great blogger she would be. I mean, she'd have millions and millions of followers inside Mary Kay and outside of it. I think she'd be killing it on social media. Well, as we celebrate Mary Kay's 100th birthday and launch this new campaign that's centered around the idea that one woman can do anything, I think it's a great way to honor her. So I'm sure that whether it was the very first beauty consultant that ever joined the company or the woman that just joined the company today, if Mary Kay were here, she would wholeheartedly believe that that person could do anything they wanted to do with this opportunity. She absolutely believed that one woman could do anything. Obviously, this great company wouldn't be where it is today without our incredible, loyal, dedicated Mary Kay employees and our incredible, loyal, dedicated independent sales force. You know, anytime we hit a milestone like this, it's important to just remember to thank the people that make it possible. And so, thank you. Yeah, if my grandmother were here for her 100th birthday, it would be awesome to just be able to go to her and hold her hand and just say, you know, we're still doing it. Your dream is living on.
Good evening. My name is Allison Vershaw. This is actually my second time in Mary Kay. See, I joined the first time as a newlywed looking for a side hustle, and it allowed me to earn 50% off my products gave me some girlfriend time, and shopping with my extra money. It was absolutely a win-win. And at that time, I was the director of administrative services for a physical therapy company, making really good money. But little did I know, my position would eventually be eliminated. But guess what? My Mary Kay business was still going strong. And then I landed a job back in my hometown as the event planner for our local chamber. And I began this job when I was 2 months pregnant, with my largest event falling 3 weeks after I was due. An event that drew 80,000 people over 4 days. But don't worry, I was back at work coordinating and overseeing this event 3 weeks after a C-section. Why? Because it was expected. And my Mary Kay business was still going. So fast forward 2 more years and my life changes directions yet again. My family of 3 was now becoming a family of 1.5. I was getting divorced and I would only have our daughter 50% of the time. I switched careers again and landed an office manager position overseeing 1, sometimes 2 dermatology med spa clinics here in central Illinois. However, my Mary Kay business had to stop because it was a conflict of interest. I was a single mom of a 1-year-old working 45 to 50 hours a week on a good week, exhausted and cranky. 4 years later, my father passed away at the age of 68 and made me reevaluate what was important: the hefty paycheck and what I considered job security. No, I did realize earlier in my career there was no such thing as corporate job security, or the time with my daughter. Those were the 2 options I could see, and I knew in my heart that my desire to be the mom of all moms, for the freedom and flexibility to spend more time with my daughter without being told who I can and can't take vacation, when I can and can't be at school functions, take time off for competitions, spend time at pool, and all the things, right? I mean, let's face it, when you're a single mom, you lose out on 50% of your child's life. So 12 hours after being informed that I made too much money and I no longer qualified for a raise, I gave my notice. Yep, I did. And no, I didn't have a corporate job to go to, but I trusted that God would guide my steps. And at that point, I knew I had more to offer and I deserved to be treated better, and I was deserving of so much more. So within a year, I relaunched my Mary Kay career. Ladies, over these last 4 years, I have had the most amazing clients to share life with. We sit around a table or virtually like we are tonight during a pampering session, sharing stories, laughing a lot, few tears. And at the end of every single appointment, we all leave feeling blessed, empowered, motivated, and beautiful inside and out. And I get excited when they text me that they got engaged or they find out that they're pregnant. And even when something great happens with their children. And my heart breaks when the news isn't good. It's like hundreds of extended family members. I've taught groups of women about skincare and color, and then the next generation, their daughters. And I've been able to be the mom I've always dreamt. I enjoy tremendously the ability to set my schedule around her schedule so that I don't have to miss something she's doing, that I can set my own income and give myself a raise or, yes, a promotion. And I don't have to wonder if I'm good enough. And I can work this from my studio, from the beach, from the pool, a gymnastics meet, a football game, anywhere there are faces, and I have the internet. And let's face it, there are faces everywhere. And my Mary Kay business is better than ever. I have the most amazing friends in this business. We're all setting our own goals and cheering each other on. There is no competition in Mary Kay, as this is my business to run, and this is your business to run. My goals and dreams are different than your goals and dreams, and that's great, because my personal and spiritual growth has been incredible on this journey. Mary Kay's philosophy is God first, family second, and career third. And legit, we stand by that every single day. Ladies, we only get 86,400 seconds a day. So if God allows you to open your eyes, you still have a mission to complete. So you want to come along?
Hello, ladies. I am Chantel Jennings from West Branch, Iowa. And my Mary Kay journey started 8 years ago. My daughter was 18 months old. I was working full-time as a nurse in a brand new doctor's office, just opening. My husband was working full-time for a farmer, and we were farming a few of our own acres on the side. Life at the time we thought was busy. At the time as well, my sister was getting married, and a friend had recommended Stacy to do some wedding makeup. And along that journey, opened a couple doors. My sister ended up joining in Mary Kay and starting her own business a couple months after her wedding. And she asked for me to listen to some company information to help her earn some jewelry and have a call with her director, Becky. And I agreed. At the time, Becky didn't know this, but I had, like Allison, had started my business, when I was 19 years old. I was in college and still living at home because I was excited about the cars that our company offers. And I attended my first meeting and decided it wasn't for me. I was too shy to try to teach women to use skincare and apply makeup. And I never even opened my starter kit. So fast forward so many years later, I went into that conversation with Becky, willing to listen, and ended up on the phone with her for an hour and a half, listening to all the exciting information. I decided that this sounded like something fun, something to get out of the house. Girl time. I had an 18-month-old and I never did anything outside of my house besides work. I went to a couple Mary Kay events with my sister. And if you don't know me personally, I am very indecisive sometimes. I need all of the facts, all of the information. And it took me 3 events that I went with my sister and listened to some of the training before I decided to start my own business, because I wasn't sure that I had the time to give. I had an 18-month-old and we were contemplating having another child. And I thought I was too busy at that time because my husband worked long hours and I didn't have a lot of help in the evening. My husband said that if I thought I had enough time to do this, to do it, to jump in. And I did. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Not only do I love our products, but I love the company. I love the lifestyle that has given my family the personal growth. I'm a much more positive person. I have a very stressful job sometimes in nursing, and this is my positive outlook. This is where I get to come to my pink bubble and be with my women that I need the girl time, and this is my me time. I love getting together with women and helping them pamper and feel better about themselves. I love the possibilities that it gives my family. I only work part-time now because of this business. It allows me to be home a couple days a week. And during the pandemic, that was amazing because I was able to be home when my children were doing hybrid schooling. Summertime is great because I have that extra time home with them and we can do whatever we wish to do on those days that I'm home. I'm able to take them to school. Today I picked them up from school. It also allows us some of the extras. I just booked our family vacation for this summer to stay in a cabin for a week because this business, like I said, gives us a lifestyle. It gives me new relationships, new friends. The women on this video, on this tonight, are some of my best friends that I've ever made. And I couldn't imagine life without them. We had a conversation last week about what we would miss about Mary Kay. And for me, it was the people and the lifestyle, the positivity, this amazing company, and all the things that it can offer us in our lives. So are you ready to come along?
One woman led, lived, and thrived by remaining true to her character. Mary Kay Ash believed that success and ethics could coexist, that the right values could carry you all the way to the top, and that the golden rule is the most important rule for building an environment of mutual respect. She remained faithful to the life lessons that shaped her as a person, built a culture of caring that made her business stand out from all the rest, and taught others the importance of taking the moral high road. As she often told others, never, absolutely never compromise your principles. And because she didn't, Mary Kay Ash became recognized as one of the world's greatest entrepreneurs. Her unwavering integrity made her one woman whose steadfast values have inspired millions of others and have stood the test of time all around the world.
Oh my gosh, aren't these ladies fabulous? I absolutely love working with them. So, my name is Stacy Waters, and I actually began my Mary Kay career on my 18th birthday. Joining Mary Kay was something I always wanted to do because it was my mom's full-time job. You heard earlier this evening that Becky began her business when her girls were 8 and 5. Well, I was the 8-year-old. Growing up, I got to watch the Mary Kay business work from a unique vantage point. I got to see my mom start her business, then be able to walk away from her full-time career at the ambulance manufacturing company and start Mary Kay as her full-time career, which allowed me to watch my mom work. Being able to actually see your parents go to work every day is not something that a lot of kids get to physically see them do, except for maybe now during the pandemic. But watching her work, she taught us how to set goals, how to reach goals, how to miss goals, but then dust yourself off and reset those goals. I got to watch as a group of women cheered each other on. They got to celebrate victories, win amazing prizes, and be there for each other when they needed some comfort. So on the day that I could, I signed up to be a beauty consultant, and I was all in. I'd love to tell you that it's been an easy Mary Kay journey since then, but it hasn't exactly been that. It's been work, fun work, and a little bit of a roller coaster ride. So my birthday is in March, so I was technically still in high school when I started Mary Kay, and my first problem with starting my business was quickly realized. I didn't know a lot of people that were already using Mary Kay because it was my mom's full-time job. So you see, when you start your business, you'll start with your family and friends. You'll introduce them to the products you already love. They try those products, they love them, and boom, you have customers. Well, that's not how it went for me. I had to find a way to introduce myself to people who already weren't my mom's customers. The other roadblock I had was all in my head. I started thinking, well, what if people don't think I know what I'm talking about? After all, I was only 18 and I didn't have a lot of wrinkles or blemishes to really have to deal with. So who was going to listen to me about anti-aging Mary Kay products, right? But what I found is there is a ton of training that you will get as a brand new beauty consultant. When I started, it was all in a book that I read, but now it's all virtual and you learn at your own. Fantastic. Mary Kay has done a great job, and you, of course, get your very own mentor then too. So after overcoming those obstacles with some training and support from my director mom, I worked through the summer right up to the point that I went to college, and Mary Kay business was good. When I left for college, I had every intention of working hard, just as hard as I had up to that point in Mary Kay. But then with college, everything college had to offer, I decided to use my Mary Kay business to meet people and make just enough money to pay for my own Mary Kay products at a discounted rate and take the rest of the money to have some fun, college fun. Woohoo! At this point, the no quotas part of my Mary Kay was working for me because I wasn't working my business at all, but I was still a consultant. So after college, I moved to a small town and once again got to use my business to meet people, have some fun, and provide some money for my new little family. Because soon after I had graduated from college, we had our first child, Jordan. So at this point, I was working my Mary Kay business part-time, had a full-time job, a husband who owned a brand new construction company working crazy long hours. And then we added 2 more children, Cameron and Brooklyn, before I decided to get a little more serious with my Mary Kay. I did a little math. It's not my strong suit, but realized what we were paying in daycare and what I was bringing home for my full-time job was not adding up. So I decided to put a little effort into my Mary Kay business and quickly was able to replace my full-time income and be home with my kids. And that was 7 years ago. Woo! And I haven't looked back with, which has been great because we added another child to our lives, our son, Drake. So I've learned a lot about myself because of this business. I've learned how to become a leader. I've learned how to manage finances. I've learned how to believe in myself, how to have confidence and determination. I've met some of the most amazing girlfriends. I love them. And I have gotten to go on some of the best girls' trips as well because of Mary Kay. I truly, 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 truly do not know where my life would be without this business, being introduced to my mom all those years ago. So I ask you, do you want to come along?
In 1984, I was walking around at an MEA convention, which stands for Minnesota Education Association, signing up for everything that was free because, that's what you do when you're a teacher. The one booth that I stopped at was Mary Kay. I was somewhat familiar with Mary Kay, and the gal behind the booth in her southern drawl asked me what I was looking for, and I said, a job. I grew up in a fourth generation family pharmacy, so beauty companies that typically rang the doorbell at the time were not something that I ever saw come into our house. So when the woman contacted me and invited me to have a complimentary facial, I agreed. However, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I pictured laying on a table with my head wrapped in a towel and she doing all the work. But what I found was quite different. It was teaching based. And while I was a teacher that had graduated with 3 degrees and didn't have a full-time job currently, what I did have, however, were 4 jobs: waitressing, training gymnasts, working with kids with disabilities, training them for the Special Olympics, and beginning a job in pharmaceutical sales. What almost held me back was the thought that we sold skincare and cosmetics and glamour at our family drugstore. What would my family think? And where was I going to find the time and the people? I currently knew 3 people in the town that I was living in at the time. I also knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Watching my father growing up, I just didn't see it in the form of lipstick. I had learned so many lessons growing up from my father about people, business, acts of service. I knew it was going to take grit, fortitude, focus, commitment, courage, willingness, a great attitude, and most of all, faith. I wanted to be able to share some of the lessons that I had learned from my father and to pay them forward. My father had died suddenly 4 years prior to me looking into the Mary Kay opportunity. He died my sophomore year of college. I'm number 7 of 8 children. I had watched my mom go from being a wife, homemaker, to a business owner, sole decision maker, and proprietor on Main Street in our small southern Minnesota town. In a matter of minutes, the day he died, I saw something that reminded me of the day JFK had died and how Jackie became an immediate role model for my mom. That was 1963. I was 3, and that was the year Mary Kay Cosmetic Inc. was born. I didn't know it at the time, what a gift it would be for me to offer my mom Mary Kay's autobiography 4 years later. Based on Mary Kay's experiences and what she did as a single parent, I watched my mom's confidence grow in decision-making for her family, Main Street, City Council, and other organizations that she became involved in. We were now both business owners, entrepreneurs in our own right. She had a brick and mortar, and me, well, I had no territories. Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, and anywhere the U.S. flag flies. We grew together in our adventures. For me, the Mary Kay opportunity has been the best personal growth course I've ever been paid to take. I've done this Mary Kay business single, mingled, and married. Freedom, flexibility, fun, and friendships galore, not to mention the tax deductions. On January 13th, 2021, it became 37 years of me being a part of Mary Kay. I shudder to think where I would be if I had not taken a chance on me. So, you want to come along?
One woman achieved greatness on her own terms. Purpose and poise, grit and grace. Stone cold determination, balanced by legendary warmth and charm. Mary Kay Ash had an unwavering ability to remain dedicated to her goals while bringing others with her along the way. Taught the power of positivity by her mother at an early age, Mary Kay Ash shared her confidence by telling herself and others, "You can do it." She believed that if you could imagine a goal, you could achieve it. And as she often said, the only difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is extraordinary determination. She used a 6 most important things list to drive her focus and formed her own 5 o'clock club to accomplish more in a day by getting up earlier. One of her favorite inspirational stories was about the bumblebee. Although aerodynamically speaking, it shouldn't be able to fly, the bee soars anyway. This symbol of unequal determination became one of Mary Kay Ash's legendary symbols of achievement. And it still motivates women today to soar.
Well, perhaps you've been praying for what the Mary Kay opportunity has to offer. It is amazing sometimes how tenaciously we cling to that which we pray to be released from, looking for a side hustle, plan B, options, courage. You have seen that one woman change things for the better. Thinking like a woman is an asset, as is taking a seat in the business at the business table. Courage has genius, magic, and power. Mary Kay was a divorced single mom of 3, widowed all before she began her business. And I'm a betting person, and I'm betting that she was scared to death, taking her life savings, wagering it on a dream-filled opportunity, and yet knowing that success and ethics coexist, along with her philosophies, put her ahead of her time all the time. Integrity. She was true to character. The golden rule. Mary Kay always took the moral high road and never compromised her principles. She always chose character over comfort. Knowing that hope, which is the code word for tonight, freedom, flexibility, guidance may be in your future, we invite you to become part of our team and see yourself soaring to new heights. Let me show you what that might look like for you. You have options. You can start with the eStart, which is a $30 web page, and ProPay, which is a way to process your credit cards for 1 year. The middle one, the full starter kit, which is the full $400 of retail size product, along with the Easy Start, again, which is your web page and ProPay for 1 year. The next option is a sample pack. Because we are doing many things virtually right now, the sample pack is a great way for you to have samples that you can use immediately with up to 30 people. So you have the option of starting with the eStart for 30, to the full starter kit that includes the eStart for $130, and you have the sample pack. You can, however, include the sample pack onto the eStart for $75. Your other option and last option is to include the sample pack along with the full starter kit. So that would bring the total to $170. The choice is yours. Just remember, you have options. So,
Do you want to come
Do you
along?
want to come along?